Yo, how we doing? Game 14, the final one, the Chicago Bears Backyard Football 2002 season playthrough with the worst combination of players. I took down the Packers 12-3. It was a defensive struggle in the last game and finished out our season and go undefeated. Haha, Don Chula. We're going to be taking on the Vikings in our division. The Vikings are 4-9. We've already clinched the division along with the regular season conference home field advantage and #1 seed. So now we're trying to keep our divisional rivals out of the top 8. So let's get going. So, check out the offense. Jeremiah is not going to be in there. Mabi Ahmed, and we want to switch up that action. And that looks good. And I'm not sure where the Vikings play. We'll find out. Rocky Vista. I guess that makes sense. The Vikings, I don't know. Vikings kind of are seafarers, so I like Rocky Vista, though. It's a little scary to have that cliff right off to the side of the sidelines. Playing with the new mouse pad today, so I might not be as quick reacting as this mouse pad. It's not too favorable with my trusty Logitech wireless mouse. And Ronnie Dobbs not coming through on the tackle. And with this game, I'm trying to get all these games in before the Super Bowl, the end of the regulation NFL season. And Nutsy tackled right before the ice patch, just because I don't want the backyard football season to be dragging too far after the NFL season ends, because most people, or a lot of people, they'll check out of the football mode once the NFL ends, or college football. The AFL does start right after the Super Bowl, but not many people schedule their football watching behind that, and that is not true. And I don't take any responsibility for that mishap. That was all my mouse pad. Just kidding. And Billy, you're just gonna have to live with negative yardage. Ahmed, you're wide open. You better catch it. Oh, how's that feel to slip? That helps your self-confidence, I'm sure. And I'm in the end zone. Ice patch, working for my own benefit. See, they have faster players than my friend Ahmed there, but the ice patch just helps us out immensely. And come on now, Ahmed, get your hands over the defender. What kind of kick is that, Angie? Get on the outside, Ahmed, with true tackle on Nutsy. That's Nutsy. And I have Sidney blitz away, and Jorge with another pick. Ty Man getting all down and dirty, getting some interceptions, and that is a big loss for Billie Jean Blackwood. 2 straight possessions where she's not feeling too good in the offensive category of rushing yards. And ice patch, is that going to come in handy for me? Not quite, as sneaky white guy was able to get in and make the tackle on me. Speaking of speedy white guys playing on defense, I have this sociology book. It lists the common positions for blacks and whites. It's like 1% of white players are cornerbacks. It's hilarious because it's so true. And I just think it cracks me up. And like 98% of quarterbacks are white. Another very true statistic. But like the entire defense is black because they're so much more athletic than white people. It's not even funny. We all know it. It's true. And once again, they fall into the tricky clutches of trying to throw a screen pass. You can't do that, and backyard football doesn't too. I would think the Vikings would notice by now. And I'm just going to dive away because I was feeling the fumble there. And let's try to get some positive yardage. That's not helping us out. That's not either. Why did you slip it on the ice patch? That forced me to pass it to Jorge, who was covered like a blanket. Dimitri, a stud blocker, not going to be allowing them to get too many yards. He somehow got 4 yards on that play, which is befuddling. And what a pass to Nutsy. What a pass. Bomb by, I'm not sure their quarterback's name is Chucky Flinder. And they're hitting up Nutsy. It looks like that's their primary target. Trying to shut him down now. And playing in the elements the last couple of games. A lot of low scoring here in the black and blue NFC North, or Front Yard Central. Stopped in front of the first down marker. No, he's not. And Evan Royster, not really. Evan Lindstrom, Evan Royster is Penn State running back, runs in for 6. So they could take the lead here. And I don't think I've been down at all this season, so I'm not sure if I've been tied. Maybe obviously 0-0. And he's going to dive ahead for a couple yards. Got 36 yards to go before the end zone, so hopefully we can pull that off. And that ice is not actually helping me out today. Now it is. Get around the bend. Just sneaking by the ice. Getting a big gain there for Sidney Weber. Billie Jean, get off your back. See what happens when you slip on the ice patch as your quarterback. Call yourself a quarterback. Oh, crap. And it looks like King slipped. Ah, I got a gate jump. No. King Kirby. What the heck? And they've taken the lead for reals. They could be supporting the 1972 Miami Dolphins and Don Shula trying to keep the undefeated season against the Chicago Bears that did lose to the Dolphins in 1985 but could have had the undefeated season. So we got a lot of storylines going into this game right now. Catch the ball, get past the ice patch. And we got ourselves a big play coming up here. Trying to get a touchdown here before the end of the half. And Sidney makes the catch. Is Evan going to beat her? Or Chucky? No. And Sidney Weber strolls into the end zone for a touchdown. So now we're going to try to take the lead here. Point afters have not been too good for either of these teams. And finally, we take the lead at the end of the first half. Sidney Weber, 2 big receptions to end the half. -6 yards rushing, which is expected. And our 2 turnovers have really been shooting us in the foot, but we do have the lead. Hasn't been pretty the last couple of games here, but we are getting victories, and we do have the lead miraculously. No turnovers. And I'm not going to turn it over there, so you want to dive ahead. And let's try a little running play here. I'm feeling it. And that is not going to be playing us much of an advantage. Not getting the blocks on the outside on Swinger. And once again, I dial up Sidney Weber for a pretty good gain. Gain of 11 yards. Or 13. So I'm going to try trusty old what am I. Getting past the ice patch. You slipping on the ice patch. Let's go. Get up off your feet. Oh my goodness. I thought you got past it. And we get the Vikings outstanding field position here. You never had a chance, Nutsy. Hit you in the helmet. You thought you were going off to the races, but Ahmed was there to hit you with some hardcore rock and roll and big tackle by Jorge Garcia. Doesn't make that play. They're going for 6. And the same play that hurt us earlier. No, it's not going to be helping them. Less than a yard on that gain. And they're going to try to dial up the field goal, take the 1-point lead. No good. And the kicking struggles for the Minnesota Vikings do continue. And I get it off this time before the sack hits me. And getting another pretty good game there. The Vikings got a good pass rush today. That's been causing me fits all day long. Get a block on the outside. Nice play by Ahmed Khan. Getting up after he fell on his back looking like an idiot. And dive. No! He had it in his mitts. Couldn't bring it in. And as Chuck Downfield would say, that kid couldn't catch a cold. And Jorge, not expecting the defender to slip on the ice. Dives ahead, but cannot reach the first down. Sidney Weber dialed up the outside. No, the ball goes right through her head. She's still living, though. And we're going to flip this one over the middle. Sidney Weber has it. That's a big first down for the Chicago Bears. Big game, Sidney Weber again. And I'm not liking the looks of our offense. There it is. Going into the postseason play, obviously we're going to get the first round bye. I'm not feeling our offense, though. Oh, and who would have thought that would happen? A fumble actually does us help. Ahmed Khan getting the reception right at the goal line. Fumbles it, and I'm going to try the PAT now. Looks like I'll be able to block whoever that is. Giving us a 2-score lead. Beautiful. At 21-12. 9-point lead. And we should secure this one. Pack this one away if we can't get a defensive stop here. Fumble. I was feeling the fumble there. The ties have shifted. And they're going to dial up Nutsy again. Maybe not. Big Mike. Catching one. That is a big boy. They had a couple big boys on this team. We got Dimitri and then obviously Nutsy and Mikey over there. But even if they score a touchdown, get the 2-point conversion, we still got a lead. Not that it's a comfortable one. And I thought Jorge was going to come in and get his hands up there for the pick. Not having that time. Nutsy is just a reliable guy on your offensive end, and that's going across the middle. Big Hawk. I have to change things upward and call Superman. You on the blitz, Sydney Weber. Zone blitz, and Ronnie can't make the tackle. 2 tackles missed. Mikey strolls in for the end. Mike Tice. Are you kidding me? That's the new offensive coordinator for the Chicago Bears. That is weird as heck. And he used to coach for the Vikings. I am very confused here. And they're trying to make it. Somehow they get it through there. I had blitzers coming from all angles, trying to jump and block the PAT, and he has very little juice in his leg, but somehow he sneaks it through the uprights. So it's a 2-point lead for us now. We're going to have to secure this one away. And unlike the original backyard football, it's hard to waste time. A bunch of bodies flying over the tundra. First down for Jorge Garcia. And I had her coming across the middle. You want to lead, old Sydney Weber. Chuck Downfield is feeling the game. Sydney Weber hangs on, and that is a first down, the biggest play of the game. And I'm going to dial up to Darryl Baum. Will it be smart to throw in there? No, that's going in the jacuzzi. Get on in the jacuzzi. Splunk. Reminds me of old Chase Field, Arizona, with the pool in right field. And not again. Got no one to throw it to except intentional grounding. I could go for the field goal here. Or we're going with some swinger action. I'm going to hit up Sydney Weber on the outside. She makes the reception. And no! That is a first. That's got to be a first down for us. How the heck is that not a first down? I guess it was first and goal, and I was trying to waste time and still get in the end zone. That was idiotic of me. This could end up biting me in the buttocks, but it's already third down. That was an idiotic play on my part. Do not replicate what you just saw there. And this is fourth down. Needless to say, we're going to play deep, and they're punting, idiots. Why are you punting? And I still have an opportunity to score a touchdown and make it look like it was a little bit less of a close game. That sucks for her. And I'm going to try to dial up Sydney Weber like every other time I do. She gets the reception, and she gets a touchdown. That's going to make it 27-19. I'm going to play the full dance for you for once on the final play of the regular season. Magic Ice, here it is. That's not very much of a great dance, but it is what it is. So trying to make it a 10-point lead, 10-point win. If I can dial up Sydney Weber, and she brings it in. 29-19 is your final score of this final game of the regular season. So to conclude the regular season, we get a clutch win against the storming Minnesota Vikings, trying to upset our perfect regular season. We say nay to that. Not playing a very good game for us today. We have dominated time of possession and total yardage. Turnovers not looking so hot for us. So check around the division. The Packers go ahead and annihilate the Lions 25-0, but that's not going to help them out, as they fail to make the postseason play. Standings 14-0 on the season. The Packers end up with a 5-9 record. Pretty lowly division for myself. The 6th team making postseason play: 7-7 Cardinals, 8-6 Falcons, 9-5 Cowboys, and then 3 division champs there. So we are dialed up to face the winner of the Falcons and Cowboys. We beat the Falcons 49-8 in the regular season. We'll be pulling for them, so we can play them in the first game of the regular postseason. And obviously we have home field advantage there. Then we'll be facing the Redskins, Cardinals, or Saints. So we'll see how it unfolds. Look forward to make it to the Super Bowl, Stereo Bowl, excuse me, in the end. See you guys then. Game 1, Week 2 of the playoffs.